Hello, my fellow Americans. It's your boy Barack, here with my bro, Joe.
Hi.
And today we'll be reading fan fiction about ourselves.
It's called Love Prevails by Cluing for Looks, 221B. Hey, Barack, do you think it's about you and Michelle?
That'd be neat. I need a gift for her birthday, and I think she'll find this sweet if I say I wrote it.
You should give her a fruit basket. I loved that one you sent me.
I'll consider it. All right, let's get to some fan fiction.
How about we switch narration at every paragraph?
Okie dokie, Barack.
And except for our own spoken lines, we just read those.
You sounded kind of like a cowboy there, Barack.
Oh, I'm practicing my character voices. I'm going to give this cold reading my all.
Do you want to start?
Why don't you start, Joe?
Oh, goody. Thanks, Barack. One foggy morning at the Biden's residence, Joe slides down his 30K golden staircase railing in his Obama boxers, decked with his American flag knee-high socks. Hot dog, I get a golden staircase.
Already there are several spelling and grammar errors.
Hey, Barack, can you buy me some American flag knee-high socks for my birthday? I think they'd look good on my hairy legs.
I'll think about it. I already got you a pair of JFK socks for your inauguration. Today is the day. He can feel it in his pulsating heart, that his wrecking tremors in his shaking pale knees, eluding excitement.
Sometimes he feels self-conscious, but gains more confidence than Meghan Trainor and Beyoncé morphed as one when he Google images pictures of Donald Trump. He embraces his ivory skin and chiffon straying hair. After all, at least his hair is natural and stays in place. True that.
Slamming 2 Lego, my Eggo confetti waffles. He has them shipped to him all the time, even though they're only seasonal since he's Joe Biden and he can do whatever he wants.
I can?
Though he doesn't know the Kellogg's company is plotting his murder since they hate him for the extra time out of their day they waste on having to manufacture them in his rusting toaster.
Why would Kellogg do such a thing?
It's a fanfic, Joe. He leaps onto his marble frigid counter and squats as he awaits his scrumptious breakfast.
Shortly, the waffles surge out of the toaster, emitting a boisterous popping sound that radiates off the kitchen walls. Joe jolts at the sudden noise, American socks slipping against the marble counter as he falls flat on his face on the tiled kitchen floor. Instantly, he bounces up, pads of his fingers whimpering as they grip the scathing waffles. The waffles dance in his hands before plunging to the counter. They're soggy on the inside still, so Joe puts them back in the toaster, growling as he returns to his squatted position. Once the waffles pop out, he repeats the motions of falling again, nose pounding as he grips the crusty waffles.
They are black, just how he likes them. Wink, wink, I think I'm missing an inside joke here.
I think it's a crack at your,
Go on.
Grabbing the syrup and butter, he shoves the entire waffle down his esophagus first. Head tilted back, he blindly cuts a large chunk of frozen butter off his plate and knifes it into his throat. Snapping the syrup cap open, he floods his mouth with the pure rainstorm of sugar, swallowing everything whole. Now that just sounds like pure diabetes.
With the other waffle, he goes through the motions once more before rushing to the closet downstairs where Jill laid out his suit for him the night before.
It's true, she does pick my suits.
Hopping with one leg, he tosses his pants on while throwing his shirt on. Through the armholes, he glances at the watch on his wrist.
He's right on schedule, as usual. Biden is always fashionably late. Little does he know, Obama tells him meeting time's always 10 minutes earlier than they really are, so he will be on time. Is that true?
Well, Joe, if you weren't always getting your times mixed up or sleeping through your alarm, I wouldn't have to tell you a fake time. Tangling himself in his navy coat, he slams the front door shut behind him. The palm of his hands bite into his ebony glistening dress shoes as he slips his rollerblades on.
I get rollerblades? Groovy.
Joe, your line.
Oh, Biden's all about natural resources, so that's why he blazes everywhere. Everywhere.
Of course, he doesn't forget his sparkly purple cat helmet with attached cat ears. His granddaughter left it behind once, so finders keepers.
He kicks himself into action, body propelling forward as he sprints to the White House. Even when the crosswalk says not to cross, he does, because not only is he a badass, but he's also Joe Biden, so people will screech to a halt for him. Is Secret Service rollerblading behind me?
I think you left the Secret Service at home in this story, Joe.
I should get state-funded rollerblades for them.
A black limo zooms beside him, but just by hearing the tires, Biden doesn't have to glance to know who it is. He rolls his eyes, groaning as he pushes himself to go faster.
Do I have to be Jill?
Joe, she's your wife.
Oh, all right. Joe, honey, please, just get in the car, Jill Biden hollers out to him, but Joe doesn't cease his blading.
Once he starts, he can't stop.
Jill, you're poisoning the earth. Besides, blazing is lit. That's what the kids say. He doesn't spare her a gander, continuing to blade away. Jill would never tolerate that backtalk from me. She'd take me home and... never mind. It's your line.
You're still reading for Jill.
All right. Oh, Joe, for the last time, that's not the kind of blazing they mean.
Jill hits a red light and Joe cackles as he speeds away. That will teach that wench.
Up ahead, a crowd of teens Joe sees every morning loiters by the bus stop. As Joe blazes by, he gives them all a high five and flashes his pointer finger at them. Instantly, they all call out to him, Joe! Hey, I'm one of the cool kids.
Joe simpers as he maneuvers around them all, twisting so he is blazing backwards.
What's up, brothers?
He does a little jig, twirling back around to face forwards again. I can be the burly man. Joe, what's up?
A burly man Joe regularly sees sticks out his hand. And of course, Joe doesn't leave him hanging. Just blazing, bro. The man lets loose a deep chortle that Joe hears for several miles after he speeds away. He's so ready.
Approximately 21 minutes later, Joe is met with the familiar alabaster fence leading into the White House. The guards let him passing, sending him deadpan single nods of the head. Joe nods back, curving to the side to halt in his rollerblades. He slides to the stony floor, palms scratching against it as he jerks to a stop. Placing the blades beside the door, he leaves his helmet on top of his blades as he struts inside.
He's so ready.
But right when he steps inside, everything falls. His heart, his lungs, his airflow, his dress shoes, his heart, his lifetime of how much longer he has to live.
Oh, cripes, am I dying?
I sure hope not, Joe. What is he doing here?
Right besides Obama, staring so openly at him and being so obvious, which is gross and ruins a person's chances with someone good he doesn't know the first thing about getting someone, is Trudeau.
Honestly, what kind of name is Trudeau? Not only is the author going to have to look at the long tangent of a name for the rest of this story to spell it right, but what language does that even originate from? Is he from Turkey, and what's up with his hair in the back? It looks like it's attempting to fly away from his scalp.
I think Trudeau is a French name. Damn Frenchies. Joe inwardly smirks. Not only is his name better, but whatever, he's clearly better.
Biden saunters over to them. They're both giggling about something, probably something stupid. Biden can make Obama laugh harder.
He clears his throat, straightening his spine. Trudeau glowers at him, but Obama remains oblivious. Oh, Joe,
Joe, that's my dialogue.
Oh,
Joe, hey.
Biden smiles at him as they fall into an easy conversation. Before a dumb person, Joe didn't bother to remember the name of, comes by and sweeps Obama away. Excuse me, is all he says before he vanishes.
Obama is mine. The statement is raked up from his throat, Trudeau dragging his spine to go as straight as it can as he attempts to loom over Biden.
What, is Trudeau trying to kidnap me?
Your mistake for trusting the French, Barack.
Joe, Trudeau is Canadian.
I thought we just established he was French.
Joe, never mind.
They both stand chest to chest like birds, glaring right into each other's pupils.
Besides, you're married, he adds, lips folding into a sour smirk.
So are you and so is he, but this is politics, so none of that matters. Besides, this is a story. Biden snips.
Biden doesn't back down. He always wins staring contests.
Oh, I wish. I lost many sawbucks to Hunter back in the day.
Suddenly, Trudeau leaps at him, connecting his chapped lips to Biden's. Joe splutters, taking a step back and shoving his chest away.
The Frenchie just kissed me. I knew the French couldn't be trusted.
It's a part of their culture, Joe. Trudeau holds his hands up, adding, "Hey, bro, no homo," before attempting to dive back in.
Obama has my heart. He does now and always will. Joe stands his ground firmly as Trudeau gags.
Oh, you're one of those politicians. His irises trace over Joe's reddening lips. Too bad. I thought we were having a moment. He swaggers away, hips swaying behind him.
Joe doesn't stare at his butt. His eyes only fall on Obama Senpai's ass. Barack, what does that mean?
It means you're admiring my buttocks, Joe.
But why?
I think the author decided to make us gay for each other.
But why?
Well, you see, Joe, there's a phenomenon among young girls to imagine two men that are close to each other in relationships.
But why?
Because they think it's hot.
But why?
I don't know. I should probably ask Sasha. Anyway.
He heads to his office, but doesn't do any of the paperwork that's piled up on his timber desk. Instead, he alternates between cat videos, Googling photos of Obama, looking up to see if there's any new fanfics on Obama and him. logging into his secret Tumblr that just posts Obama X Biden memes and supports them. He has 5 followers. And looking up the newest music videos to learn the newest kids' moves so he can get turned properly. He is now a certified expert in doing the whip and nay-nay. I didn't understand a thing in that sentence.
I'll explain later, Joe.
So far, 8 assistances have walked in on him practice dancing, so Joe fired them all. That's blackmail after all. He was totally doing the moves wrong at that time. Amateur Joe, Biden snickers to himself. It feels like just yesterday it was.
Obama comes rushing in, pistol in hand. OMG, Joe, the White House is under attack.
Joe jolts into action, grabbing his spear he keeps in the corner of his office. What? By who? Obama shrugs.
I don't know. I wasn't listening to the people who told me. I just heard under attack. And was kind of hoping you would know, but clearly you don't.
Biden feels like he just stabbed his own spear in his heart. He let Obama down. He lower lip quivers, vision growing hazy.
But if I had to guess, I would say Eisel, post haste Joe.
Joe nods, knowing he has to be brave as his eyes suck his tears back in.
He has to stay strong.
For Barack.
Joe starts to run after Obama in the hall, but when Obama spots this, he halts. Joe, stop! He barks and Joe's limbs seize all motion. You can't run with a sphere. It's the equivalent to running with scissors. Walk or leave it. Joe drops it, not wanting to inconvenience his love as he continues to sprint.
So we're in love and Trudeau was trying to steal me away? That French harlot!
He's Canadian, Joe. They don't understand fidelity. His calves are nice and built from blazing every day, and for that he's thankful it's lit to blaze. Being good to the environment really does pay off.
Quick to the security room. They dash, Obama knocking down the unlocked steel gray door with the firm palm of his chocolate hand. He struts in because he owns this place. He owns everything.
Presidential affairs get out. Obama looms over the cameras. Pupils break dancing over each camera.
Where is Eisel?
Joe tugs the short man's wheelchair back, knocking him from his waxy vision from creeping on White House officials all day.
He blinks, words slowly trickling in.
Joe, the next line is yours.
You heard him. Get out.
Joe barks directly into his ear, and the man shoots out of his chair squeaking. He rushes out the door, and Joe slams it shut. Where are they? I know they're here. Eisel's come out, damn it!
Obama slams his fist onto the small wooden table in front of him, rattling it and causing the coffee mug to shimmy off. Glass slides across the floor, penetrating the tension in the room.
Joe grips Obama by his shoulder.
Obama, please, you need to calm down.
No, I can't. Eisel's is out there, damn it! Obama's graying hair is shedding out, and veins attack his irises. Seeing no other choice, Joe slaps him, but it hurts Joe more than Obama. Joe cringes as Obama stares wide-eyed at him. Obama clears his throat, adjusting his obsidian jacket.
I'm sorry, Obama, that hurt me more. Joe sniffles, tears flooding the brims of his eyes.
Obama shakes his head. No, thank you, I needed that.
They both take a seat, scooting up to examine the security cameras. I thought we had people to do that for us.
Maybe Eisel killed them all. A sharp knock at the door mutes their already empty throats. They both turn to each other, pupils shrinking as their eyes widen. ISIS, Joe mouths, and Obama slowly nods.
Barack leaps into action, taking his lightweight chair to attempt to block the door. Joe scurries after him, copping him. The knock resounds once more, and Obama jumps onto the table. He rips the air vent off the wall, banging it onto the floor.
We have to go. ISIS is attacking. He crawls into the air vent, extending his hand out for Joe to grab onto.
Softly smiling and not believing his luck, he thanks ISIS as he grips Obama's hand. Yellow light and sparkles float around Obama senpai, and Joe's eyes grow wide and glitter. A rich crimson coats his pale cheeks as their hands remain grasped together as they stare into each other's eyes. The butterflies in his stomach assist him in soaring up into the air vent.
Obama starts to crawl, and Joe basks in the sight of the booty. He follows after, and just as they crawl away, they hear the door banging open. Airy giggles bounce off the air vent's walls, and Obama breathes out, "Ha, Eisel is too late!"
After some time of creeping through the air vents, they reach their first crossroad. Obama turns right because right is always the right direction to go in.
But soon it feels like days have gone by. After countless right turns, Joe feels they're going in circles. But Obama's always right since he's Barack Obama, so Joe knows they'll be out eventually. Don't worry, Joe. Our friendship will get us through this. Our friendship can get us through anything. Obama reaches his wrist back, flashing Joe his BFFL bracelet Joe made for him long ago.
BFL?
Best friends for life.
I changed my mind. I want one of those for my birthday. Biden gasps before extending his aching arm forward that's bathed in dust to connect his BFFL bracelet to Obama's.
They share a grin with each other, staring at each other for 48 hours before they continue. I think they meant seconds. Staring at each other for 2 days would be highly impractical.
Eventually they see a light and they cheer. Their stomachs are hungry, limbs weakening, and lids drooping.
But they've made it through the darkness into the light.
Obama shoves the air vent open, tumbling 2 stories down into the grass below. I think it's your line.
All right, fine.
Huzzah!
He exclaims as he plops down. Joe plummets down after him, landing on Obama's stomach. He looks up and is met with Michelle Obama, the queen bee herself. She's tapping her foot, arms crossed as her eyebrows furrow.
Joe, it's still your paragraph.
Nah, man, your wife.
Fine. Barack, where have you been?
She's holding a suitcase and her daughters are behind her.
In the air vents, defeating ISIL with Joe. Obama frowns at her, leisurely getting off the ground. He dusts himself off. Joe has spiraled out into the grass and is twisted to watch the cloudy bright sky that stings his eye.
Michelle shakes her head.
Whatever, I'm out. Are you coming with or not?
Obama deadpans.
No, my work isn't done here. Besides, you don't need me. You're a strong, independent woman. Michelle nods. So long. She skips off to the black limo in the distance, throwing her suitcase and children in as she jumps into CeeLo Green's lap. They screech off, and a bright white limo pulls in immediately after them. What is my wife doing with CeeLo Green?
Guess he's an Xbox and you're an Atari. Donald Trump opens the door to his limo before it has even stopped. Hand on his hair to keep it in place, he struts over to Obama and Biden. Who's going to play Trump?
I think it's your turn.
Do I have to?
I played the last character.
Fine.
Donald J. Trump. Obama glares at him, stiffening. Joe jumps up, standing beside Obama to protect him and be his homeboy. He sneers at them, top lip curling.
What are you two still doing here? I won, so get out.
Hey. What?
Don, how did you get into the house?
I still have a spare key from when I lived here. I heard it was Fanfiction night from Bill.
God damn it, Bill.
Bitches thought you could avoid inviting me. I want to read too.
I didn't know you could read, Don.
Shut up, Sleepy Joe.